Hello everyone, and today we're going to be talking about Psylocke. Psylocke is a quick and nimble character that can alternate between rushdown and hit and run styles, boasting above average projectiles as well as normals that low profile. Some of her best buttons are disjointed, which make her very difficult to approach from the air or the ground. Psylocke can be picked up as a starting character with a lot of room for depth and advanced techniques. Alright, let's talk about movement. Psylocke can quickly dash left or right, which puts her close to the ground. This can be used to avoid projectiles, as shown in the footage here. She also has the ability to double jump. She can double jump in multiple different directions, as well as utilizing the second jump to change her position in the air. She can also do this double jump after a super jump for even more height. Unfortunately, in addition to this, she cannot double jump cancel her attacks like Cyclops. Alright, let's move on to talking about Psylocke's most notable normals. This is Standing Medium Punch. This is her farthest reaching mid besides Heavy Punch and can link into itself on Dashing Hit. This is your go-to button for neutral, combos, pressure, and etc. Just know that Medium Punch into Medium Punch is a frame trap as shown by the footage here. The next move we're going to be talking about is Standing Heavy Punch. This hits at a higher diagonal angle, which makes it so that it whiffs on crouching opponents and smaller characters. This makes for a good anti-air move slash combo filler, and you should always be canceling this move into heavy kick slash super jump since it is unsafe on hit and block. Alright, so the next button we're going to be talking about is her Standing Light Kick. This is better than her Stand Light Punch, but note that it does hit higher like her Standing Heavy Punch, so it will also whiff on crouching and smaller characters. This is notable due to its ability to start your heavy kick loop, which we'll talk about later, and it's also a decent quick anti-air. The next normal we're going to be talking about is Standing Medium Kick. This is a good poke, but it has less range than Medium Punch, the advantage being that it can combo into itself without needing to dash first. While dashing, make sure you don't hold forward or else you'll get forward medium kick, which is extremely slow and not an overhead. One of Psylocke's best buttons, her Standing Heavy Kick. This is the start of her infinite heavy kick loop. This is due to its crouch cancelling property, which is done by pressing down as soon as the move is in recovery. Psylocke will return to her idle standing state, allowing her to link this move indefinitely. Be aware to hold down and not down forward, as this will cause her to do a rolling animation that is long and will get you punished. Moving on, we're going to be talking about Back Heavy Kick. This move is not as strong as Stand Heavy Kick, however, it can be used as an evasive move due to Psylocke becoming airborne and hopping over low attacks. This move also has high pushback and unfortunately cannot be comboed into or out of. The dashing momentum transfers into this move, allowing her to gain a lot of space and can be cancelled into air specials. Moving on to her crouching normals, we're going to start off with Crouching Medium Punch. This is very similar to Standing Medium Punch, but it has less range while keeping her lower to the ground and can link to itself. Here we have Psylocke's Crouching Heavy Punch. This is an amazing button for anti-airing and her main launcher next to Crouching Medium Kick. This is strictly for vertical opponents directly above you and can beat up cross-ups with a large disjoint. Here we have Psylocke's fastest low-hitting attack. This is her Crouching Light Kick. This is a good combo starter and can lock the opponent on the ground and push them towards the corner for her pressure. This is her Crouching Medium Kick. This is a very good anti-air because her hurt box gets very low to the ground. This causes a mini launching state and the main starter for her air combos. It has very quick recovery, makes it good for pressure, and will leave you safe. This is Psylocke's Crouching Heavy Kick, her sweeping attack that cannot be comboed off of. It puts her extremely low to the ground, which allows her to dodge and punish moves not normally possible, such as the Omega Red Coil as shown here, and the Cyclops Optic Blast. You won't get much off of it, so you should try and super jump when blocked or whiffed, but this will make the opponent think twice before throwing these moves out. Let's start off by talking about Psylocke's best button for air-to-ground interactions. This is her Jumping Heavy Punch. It's disjointed and does a lot of damage if it connects, and it's pretty fast for a heavy button. This causes a ground bounce state on airborne opponents, so keep that in mind. Here we're going to talk about 3 of Psylocke's most important air normals. Starting with her Jump Light Kick, this is her main air-to-air button and air combo starter. Its speed and range make it very useful in a lot of situations for stuffing your opponent out. This is Psylocke's Jumping Heavy Kick. You use this move to wall out your opponent's approach and does a lot of damage. Similar to Jump Heavy Punch but less disjointed, and it's better for air-to-airs than jump heavy punch while having faster recovery. This also causes a ground bound state. Let's talk about Psylocke's medium punch throw. This allows her to throw the opponent forward or back depending on which direction you choose. You can also further influence the opponent's direction by holding forward and back during the animation, allowing them to fly forward or backwards. This is Psylocke's best throw, her heavy punch throw. This can also be influenced to throw the opponent further or closer depending if back or forward is held. This is the best throw for corner carry due to its long travel distance and can OTG into a full combo. As for Psylocke's air throws, we're going to be talking about both medium punch and heavy punch throw, as they are both the same. You can make Psylocke roll further by holding forward and shorten it by holding back. This is also OTGable into a full combo. Here we're going to be talking about Psylocke's special moves, starting with her Psy Blast. This is performed by doing quarter circle forward and punch. Please note that all air and ground versions have the same startup and recovery time, but the strength of the button determines the angle. Here are some notes about each version of this special. The light version goes directly into the ground at a downward angle and not useful when on the ground. Please avoid making this mistake as a newer player. The medium punch version goes straight across the screen. This is good to apply pressure and control space when grounded. It has a small hitbox and can be jumped over easily. Please do not use this move point blank. The heavy punch version goes upward diagonally. This can stop opponents hanging out in the air, and it's a non-committal anti-air space controller. Similar to the grounded version, these are the aerial side blasts that can also have their direction changed depending on which punch button you do the motion with. The light punch version is useful to annoy your opponents on the ground and get them to move their current position. The medium punch side blast is not very useful for air-to-airs due to its small hitbox. It's better to use her air normals instead. And for the heavy punch version, this is also not very useful, as you usually want to be above your opponent and doesn't cover that great an angle. This is Psylocke's side blade attack. This is performed by doing quarter circle on any kick button. All side blade attacks have the same startup, but different recovery due to their distance traveled. She is considered airborne for all versions on the ground. She can also influence the direction, and this differs per version. All versions of side blade are not very useful due to it having little to no invulnerability and high amounts of recovery. You only want to use this move if it will kill or chip. Using this move by accident can lose you the round. These are her air side blades. The air versions are exactly the same as the grounded versions, but are made worse due to the fact that Psylocke has to wait 20 frames until after she hits the ground to act, and the opponent can punish you from almost anywhere on the screen. Here we have Psylocke's Ninjutsu. This is performed by doing quarter circle back and any of the 6 buttons. Psylocke splits herself up into 5 copies, 4 being fake with no hitboxes or hurtboxes, 1 being the real one. Depending on which button you press, the input will change her initial position. Going from left to right, we have light kick as the leftmost clone, light punch as second in line, medium punch and medium kick share the middle clone spot, heavy punch is the 4th clone, and a heavy kick is the 5th clone, the last in line. During Ninjutsu, you are able to change the clone that you currently are. This is done by re-inputting quarter circle back with any button while the clones are active. Also, while the install is active, Psylocke and her clones are allowed to move freely through the opponent. Unfortunately, due to the fact that this install costs meter and it has a long startup, its usefulness is minimal at best. This is Psylocke's super, the side thrust. This is performed by doing quarter circle and 2 punches. This is an above average super with a lot of utility. It can be controlled in any 8 of the directions during the startup of the super by holding the desired direction. It is able to be comboed into and out of, and it can be done up to 2 times by pressing a button during the end of the final thrust, plus the direction to get to follow up with a second thrust. Lastly, we're going to be talking about corner carry combos and corner combos starting with featherweights. I'm going to play the clip fully and then break it down in slow motion so we can talk about how it works. For this combo, it's going to be a dashing starter for medium punch into heavy kick, then your crouch canceling into another heavy kick, canceling that into crouching medium kick, and then dashing crouching medium kick into crouching heavy punch. Your super jump canceling light kick to get the stun. Here is an example of the same combo working on medium weights as well. is the final corner carry for super heavy characters. For this corner carry, you're going to be doing dashing medium punch into heavy kick, then crouch cancel that into heavy punch, then heavy kick again, crouch cancel into medium kick, heavy kick, and press any button to finish off for stun. Similar to before, I'm going to be showing corner combos for all 3 weight extremes, as well as a slow motion clip after explaining them. For this combo, we're going to start with dashing crouch medium kick into crouching heavy punch, super jump cancel that into 3 light kicks. After that, you're going to do medium kick, heavy kick, light kick, medium kick. After this, you should land first and you should be able to relaunch with crouching heavy punch to start the loop again. By the time you hit the 3rd light kick, you should be at the apex of your jump and you should already be starting to fall. This is the midweight combo, very similar to the featherweight, but it does require you to do an additional crouching medium kick for the launcher. Lastly, we have the heavyweight combo. This requires 4 launchers as they do not launch as high. This combo is a little bit different as you will have to do 4 medium kicks into crouching heavy punch, and then start your looping hit with 4 jumping light kicks, and by the 4th jump light kick, you should be falling. After that, you want to hit them with jumping medium kick, and wait to land to hit them with another crouching heavy punch to continue the loop. One thing to note about this combo, as these characters are heavier and fall faster, you'll need to speed up the loop to keep them juggled. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be creating more guides in the future for the rest of the cast. A big shoutouts to Red Soda Pop for helping me create this guide, and a big shoutouts to Eggroll for creating the thumbnail to this video. And if you haven't already, please join the X-Men Coda Discord. It is a great place to be.